I
Okay.
really hope that wasn't the first line of what you picked up.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's why I specifically waited until he was done.
Oh,
Oh,
my
come on.
God.
That should have been the
Good.
first line.
You know there's also a
No,
thing
it
called
wasn't.
cropping, right?
Yeah, if it
Yeah,
caught that, we would have. I really would have hoped you would have cropped that out.
I almost guarantee I would have.
you need some way to bring in the viewers, okay?
Not that way.
Not that I don't want those viewers, okay? You know this will get
You
like
know,
4 views max, let's be honest here.
damn,
No
bro,
one
raise
cares.
your expectations, bro.
No.
No one cares.
I mean, the algorithm has been pushing small creators recently, so
Okay, that's funny. That's a good joke.
You idiot.
Okay, so basically, if you didn't already pick up, how I have it is basically I've separated it into like, put this in the main game right now. This would be fine with like a little bit of tuning. This would be
Mhm.
fun, but only for the arcade mode. Eh.
Mhm.
And never let this person ever cook in the kitchen again.
Get
So,
out of this city.
like
Are we
literally
on?
just take the
Yeah.
oven and throw it out the window immediately. And I will tell you
Yep.
right now, I have at least 3 picks that will be going in that like immediately.
Is one of them Mercy?
Yes, but we'll get
Yes.
All
there.
right. Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can probably go ahead and
Everybody's
get
on the
her out of
same
the way
page.
now.
Yeah.
You probably just go ahead and get her out of the way now.
Oh,
No, no, no.
Mercy, no,
We'll go in
first?
order. We'll go in order. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
I specifically
Okay.
put it in order. I actually took the 30 seconds to put it in order, okay? We're doing it in order.
Nice. We got this.
We got this, bro. Okay, so starting off, we have Diva, whose changes were basically, she can now fly around, like, everywhere.
Strafe.
I say she can strafe, and then
And backwards.
her DM now absorbs beam damage by 30%, and
And
also
convert the
puts,
damage.
and it converts to cooldown
Yeah.
on the micro missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did y'all think about Diva?
I've seen it in action here and there. I think it would be fine in the main game, but it's nothing too crazy.
I played her not long ago, and the strafing thing, I think that's a little too OP for like normal game. If I would say the strafe has to go to arcade, but the other thing, that with a little bit of tweaks that could actually work in the normal game.
So good with some adjustment, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, I actually liked the strafe. I think what got me was the whole micro missile thing, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a good diva, I just literally watch spam missiles like every other second.
Same.
Let's
That's
be
what I
honest
did
here.
too. But with the strafe, I was absolutely bullying the whole team. So if the
That
strafe
too,
had to be
yeah.
added, that has to be solely an arcade thing.
Yeah. Okay, Doom. What did he get?
His change
Projectile speed increased from 80 to 160 on his hand cannon.
Mhm.
Required
block,
damage
required
mitigation for
damage.
rocket punch charge up on his power block reduced from 100 to 80. His seismic slam, the shockwave height is increased from 1.45 to 1.75, and his meteor strike now scales up the damage the longer he's in the air. Base damage is 50%, scales up to 200% by the end of the duration.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see any of those on game when I fought a Doom.
Yeah,
I
I
fought
didn't
multiple Dooms.
really
I never
notice
felt
it.
it. Yeah.
I didn't really
I'm
notice it, so I would be fine with that in the main game. I didn't really notice it.
I'm gonna be yeah, I gotta say it because I played them not long ago, and well, it's hard to notice, but it's there, especially for the ultimate, and I
Yeah,
like it.
like it's there.
Mhm.
The only one I ever noticed like more than once was the power block though. Not even the
The
ultimate
power,
I
Yeah.
noticed.
the power block
They're
is
kind of like
crazy.
they're kind of like passive buffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like honestly, I'd almost be just like, eh.
Yeah.
It felt
yeah,
very
that can
eh.
also.
I played him once and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess to be honest, yeah, it basically was just normal Doomfist. The only difference was really power block, and the fact that his ult does more damage the longer it's in the air.
Yeah.
Which I literally never noticed besides like one game, and it failed horribly. So,
Yeah.
okay, Junker Queen. So literally the only thing that I noticed, because I know her rampage is faster, but the only thing I noticed was
Yeah,
that her shout is now
If
armor.
she got, yeah, if she gets armor.
yeah, that's it. She's basically the same. I honestly don't know
Yeah,
what to say.
low key.
Yeah, I'm
That's
kind
so
of,
true.
well,
Wrong
go away.
person, but he wrong person.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, that's kind of eh.
Now we gotta start
Okay.
over. Oh my god, now we gotta start the whole video over.
Man,
Good job, Cat.
Sergio. Ding.
No way
What's
this
next?
boy censored himself.
Okay, this is the first one that I think might be a little interesting. Mauga had an overrun change so that basically it can like one tap.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Literally
no, I
no.
don't.
Yeah.
I'd like
The
to not have that, please.
yeah, specifically the changes were radius increased from 7 meters to 9
I
meters
feel
for
like
overrun. I think
I
they
feel
said
like
it
I'd be
also
able to
is.
deal with the crit if it wasn't, if the radius wasn't increased.
I also
Yeah.
think they said that it's like invulnerable or something also, and also critical damage increased from 120 to 180, and the radius was increased by
Yeah.
1.
I thought it was fun, like, doing it, but being against it feels like absolute dog water.
I'm be
Yeah.
honest, I didn't notice when I was playing him, but Malgo was just how to go against in this game. I don't know why.
Because it's Mauga, let's be honest here.
Touche.
I was gonna say.
Like, I don't think it was, like, by any means, but I don't know whether to put it in, like, fun for arcade or just, like, never cook again.
I mean, it's
You could
kind of
probably put it
minimal,
in
but
fun for
still.
arcade. I think it's not necessarily a bad change, it's just a change that no one wants.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
putting it in the overrun instead of the what's his other ability, the cardiac
the
overdrive.
help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
overdrive thing where like you
I
heal by
was
dealing
glad they
damage. I
didn't
feel like they
change
could have
anything
done a lot
there.
more with that.
I'm glad they didn't change that, honestly, because I feel like if they changed that, it would have been horrid.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly for me, he personally, you don't have to change it, but personally, he was kind of just like the top of that.
Yeah.
I'll keep it there for now. That might change, and I'm not putting these in any particular order as well.
They're
Well,
just
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Orisa. So she got a lot. She got a whole ass Overwatch 1 ability, for one. Her
Yeah,
Hulk came
her
back.
Yeah.
But then her other two abilities were also put on much, much longer cooldowns.
yeah, yeah, by 2 and 4 for 2 by the javelin and
Yeah.
spins by 4.
So,
Yeah.
this might be an interesting take. I actually think it was really good.
Honestly, yeah,
I
I wouldn't mind having the halt back in the game, especially since to compensate we get more cooldown. So I feel like it would be good with some tweaking.
I'm actually not sure what to say because 4 abilities for a tank is sort of crazy. And with how Orisa already is, she's always kind of good. So, I'd personally it was safe fun only for arcade, just because I'm scared that 4 abilities might be a little too busted.
So I thought about this one for a while. I think I know how to put this if this were in the main game. I think I know exactly how to put this. And it's a
Alright, how
really
would you
simple, it's a
adjust
really,
it?
really simple change. But I think this
Just
might work.
remove one?
The
Get rid of Fortify and replace it with Halt.
Because that was the only way they could see this move actually being
Yeah.
added, but they had to
Honestly,
have to
yeah.
And
get rid of a
honestly, what
move.
is the #1 complaint about Orisa?
Fortify.
Yeah,
She
for
doesn't die. She just sits there like
Yeah.
a brick wall.
yeah,
And the #1 reason is Fortify. Get rid of Fortify. It's completely useless, honestly. And replace it with the
Replace
Halt
it with
ability.
the halt.
And like
for
imagine the
okay.
combos with Halt and the Javelin. Just bring them all together, Javelin someone
Spin them out and
dead.
spin them into the well on Ilios.
Like I
Yeah,
would
because
much rather take a Halt. Sorry.
for a fire only does a few things. Cause I know that it makes your fire last longer before it goes on cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
You get the defense buff, But besides that, yeah, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, it's
But
Yeah.
question, if we're moving for a fight, does that include when she ults too? Because she does use an ult automatically.
I would say the ult is different, so probably
I would
not.
say
It doesn't
like
technically
it would
use
be
the fortify
fine.
cooldown.
It would be
Eh,
fine to keep it like fine to keep the ult how it is, just like leave her in fortify when she ults, but like get rid of the fortify ability instead.
alright, yeah.
Well,
Because even
Alright.
so, even if she's using fortify, there the amount of times I've seen a Bastion mow down a fortified Orisa, it's just
well, yeah, it's like I feel like when it comes to fortify, one of two things happens. Either fortify makes it so you will not die until your fortify ends, or you just
Yeah,
take an extra second to die and then you stagger the team.
yeah,
There's no
yeah.
in
yeah,
between with fortify 95% of the time. So
Honestly,
get
yeah.
rid of fortify, stop making her this brick wall that is brain dead gameplay, and let her have halt instead. I guarantee not only will it make it so that she's more interesting to play, but she also doesn't run rampant half the time.
yeah. It
One thing's
definitely
for
give
sure.
her some more interesting
One
combos.
thing's for sure. She would definitely be a runner killer because she just halts the runner and then
And
javelins him.
I was say, and
That
that's
actually would be
fine,
fun.
because like
Yeah,
if you can land that combo, that is skill. Popping
yeah.
fortify is not skill. That's just pressing buttons.
Yeah,
hmm
But
because
The
you
entirety
also
of
got
Orisa's
you got to
gameplay
time the
right now.
explosion too.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean the entirety of Orisa's gameplay anyway is just like button mashing.
yeah. Like right
It's
now,
like
it's just you
the
rotate over and over and over.
yeah, it's the most
Cooldowns, basically
brain dead,
cooldowns.
brainless kind of gameplay.
And I mean, would replacing fortify with halt totally fix that? No,
Not
No,
really,
but I think
but
it'd make
it would
it.
create.
it'd make her at least a little more interesting.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
have more combo options, so like you can still rotate your cooldowns well, but you can also start doing more combos than just spear, javelin spin, done,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Because
that's
because
my
I must
take. I don't
admit,
know.
if I were to make a comparison, he's basically Echo, but if you made her a tank, just cooldowns, and that's it.
Mm,
Yeah.
No, granted,
I half agree on that one. I half agree.
50-50.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so Ramatra. So the only big thing with Ramatra, I would say, is that his projectile size went up. He did get more height with the Ravenous Vortex, the thing like pulls people down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never noticed it personally. I literally never noticed it ever work.
Honestly,
I feel
yeah.
like
To me,
I
that
feel
felt
like
kind of
again
useless.
it's one of those things where it's like it'd be fine in the main game, but you don't really notice it. So
So, yeah, I
probably
would
just mess.
say,
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I think I actually had a Ramatra game today. I went 14-0, beautiful game. Never the entire time I did not see anything come from the vortex.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Unless they did, I think if they really wanted to make the radius felt different, they probably should have done radius increase by a bit instead of radius height, or whatever they did.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing, either that or I feel like you just need to make the height go to the skybox. I don't see why there's a capped height. That's just me.
Hmm.
I never see the ability used outside of a slowdown, and even then,
Mhm.
it's piss poor. So I don't know.
Mm. Honestly, yeah, the characters that are just characters that just felt the same. Honestly, not even gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's exactly how I feel about Ramatra. Just, eh.
Reinhardt got
Yeah.
a fuck ton,
Yeah, so Ryan got a
cause
lot. So I mean, the biggest one was obviously you get more speed the lower your barrier health is, and then
Yep.
yeah,
you also get
uh,
movement
He gained
speed for fire
he gains
strikes
more.
hitting.
Yeah, and
yeah,
then he
and
takes
then
less
his
damage
charge
while he's
give
charged.
Yeah,
his charge give no his charge yeah his charge give 50% damage reduction while charging,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he had got oh yeah he get it was up to 50% for the barrier and like
Yeah,
two
it was
seconds for the fire strike.
right. So technically, you could get up to like 80% movement speed with no barrier and one fire strike hitting. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
stacked. I don't know if it went to 110. I never noticed a 110% increase, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you
Honestly-
probably would notice that.
Yeah, so I feel like it capped
Just
at
like a
80.
Reinhardt marathon running
Dude,
down
literally,
new
like,
wings.
I would be
Yeah.
scared.
Especially
I would be
honestly,
terrified.
I would
if he's
say
spamming that voice line, "Come here."
Dude, that's what they did. That's what they did in my games. Half the time, I swear to God, that's what they did in my games, and I was terrified.
And then you get solo
Oh,
ulted.
Yeah.
bi- who loves a big buff old man chasing you saying "Come here" as he rushes you down
Not
with
me.
a hammer?
Oh yeah.
Not me.
Honestly, I feel like
Okay,
I'd
why are
be
you-
fine. I feel like this would be fine in the main game with some tweaking.
That's.
What's okay? What are you complaining about? You're a rank player. This should be your fantasy.
I
A
don't.
big
I
buff
don't
early
need
man
to
telling you
watch the
come here.
next episode of Twilight. Thank you.
That's a Jesus.
No, just no.
Is that actually how
No,
No, thank
Twilight
you.
is?
I don't know.
Oh, it was just a comparison. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Dear God. Yeah, I think honestly it was pretty solid. I liked
Yeah,
it. I
honestly,
think the
it could
only
be
thing I didn't like was the fire strike giving speed. I don't think that makes sense, but everything else,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, yeah, honestly, I agree with Kid. Change that a little bit, and honestly, they could be added to the game, because I think the one problem with Reinhardt is just, how slow he is, because you could just literally just walk back, and sometimes Ryan is just unable to hit you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially with like the faster characters like Tracer.
Oh, don't even talk about Julius. But yeah, that could be added in the game with some tweaks.
Well, and think about the amount of times you've gone to charge and a Bastion just pops turret form. GG's.
Yep.
Like literally
Yep.
GG's at that point. So,
Basically how it is. So yeah, it could honestly be added.
another day in the life of a Ryan player. Rest in peace.
Get absolutely deleted. Have the armor clipped off of your body by a moving minigun.
You would know. You would know.
Live with honor, die with glory, boys.
Meanwhile,
Rojo,
you just stagger the team.
I gotta say, I just want to say for Rohog, I did play him for a little bit, but I didn't get to use whole hog, so I don't know what he means by now pose nearby enemies towards.
I don't know
hogs
either.
with
I
whatever
don't.
that
I
is.
didn't really notice that. Obviously the big thing is that instead of yanking the enemy towards you, you get yanked
You
towards
get
the enemy.
yanked,
I don't
yes.
really.
Yeah,
I
or also the
honestly don't really
environment.
like that change. I feel like you could still use it as a grappling hook, but don't pull yourself towards the enemy. Like keep the hook hooking an enemy the same, but you could still like hook onto an object instead.
Yeah, but that's kind of scary. Anyways, also one more thing. His vape that did damage reduction increase. It was decreased, but it also gives damage reduction to
allies,
nearby enemies.
Yeah.
Never noticed that. Never noticed that.
Neither did I.
It's
I
I
hard to
didn't
notice
notice
because
the,
it's hard to
I only
notice
know. I only
'cause
noticed the hook thing, and honestly, I already said how I feel about that.
the damage reduction for yourself was reduced by 20%, and the damage reduction for those nearby you was like
It's increased by
10%.
It's literally 10%.
Yeah.
You're not gonna notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, gotta say, Take a Breather was kind of useless because barely noticeable, and the radius for that is absolutely small.
Yeah.
Chain Hut was
Mhm.
a that felt like absolutely just arcade type shit because that would never work main game.
Yeah, honestly, I just
Yeah.
say put it like keep it in arcade mode.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
say, I'm just gonna say personally, I think it's a great change because the amount of times that I've heard people complain about the hook combo is genuinely frustrating, and I would know, as someone who main support, I would know it's frustrating as hell. I don't see it being in the main game though.
Bye bye
I'm-
bye 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 bye.
not gonna lie, I don't know what you mean because I think isn't the combo just the same? The only difference that you're pulling yourself to them. So
Well,
it's
yeah,
just a
but
jump scare now.
the difference is that rather than basically displacing the enemy,
You
you
get
have
displaced
I was gonna
instead.
say it's a risk and reward thing. Like you're displacing yourself, but you're potentially getting that free kill right there, right? I thought
Yeah.
that was better because then you don't just have a hog constantly displacing half your team with no options to get out of there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm not
don't
even
see it
gonna lie.
happening outside of arcade though. It will not happen.
You're not wrong, Kit. But realistically, I think if it was like that, barely anybody would even use the hook anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
I think people would use the hook. It would just take time to get used to it because you wouldn't want to use it the way that it's been like. You would start
I mean,
using
yeah,
it as
Yeah.
I
mobility.
get that, but knowing
You would use,
over,
yeah, I was gonna say, you would use it as a mobility instead of a way to stun someone.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I know what you mean. It's just that knowing Overwatch players, I feel like most of them will only use the environment version and not the play yourself to them, just because
That's honestly
it's the
that's fine.
community.
That's
I was gonna say
fine.
that's fine. That's why I said to like keep it the same for when you're pulling an enemy, but like you can still like Spider-Man to a ledge.
I don't.
I must admit though, Spider-Man Roadhog, that that shit was absolutely funny, and honestly, Roadhog felt like he belonged in April Fool's. Not gonna lie, is it just me?
It
I say
definitely.
that did seem like an April Fool's
It
patch.
was interesting
Yeah.
because like a lot of the other tanks just got like kind of like micro buffs almost, and then you just have Roadhog.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. You had a bunch of
Yeah.
characters who got like amazing like little micro buffs that made them feel really good, and then you just have Hog, who's literally Spider Hog now. Like,
Speaking
bruh,
about Speaking of micro buffs, Sigma got
a
diva
crap ton.
treatment in
I was gonna say,
this, not gonna lie.
Sigma got Diva treatment by far.
Yeah, I
I
don't
never
really care
had.
Yeah.
for
I
it.
say I never really had a problem with it, but it did feel oppressive a couple times, especially the
Yeah.
fact that you can't cancel ult anymore.
Let me run it down
Yeah,
by the way. The barrier, the health regeneration was increased by 1/4%. The grass you can now cancel by pressing the ability button again, but absorbing damage no longer provides overhealth, but instead reduces the cooldown for your rock throw. And then the gravity flux can no longer be interrupted. So consider a transformation, basically.
Yeah, like
I
was
feel
it?
like
Oh, you can go. You can go.
it, I'm not really sure how again, I never really noticed any of it. I feel like it'd be fine if you could still like stun out of the alt, but I never really noticed it. I'm kind of meh.
Uh, Honestly, I didn't notice the ult thing when I played him. The shield thing, was slightly noticeable, but not that much. The biggest notice was kinetic grasp, which actually felt
Yeah.
fucking crazy because the fact that it feels weird having rocks so fast. So I feel like this will probably go in the same place as Diva, good with some adjusting.
Throw a
Yeah.
rock, use your grass to throw another rock.
Yep, pretty much.
I feel like the only change I'd actually want in game is the ability to have that barrier refill faster. The other two, I feel
Yeah,
like, because Sigma's already really good right now. Let's be honest, Sigma's
Yeah.
probably like top 3 tanks
he's
right
one of the.
now.
I would say he's one of the best tanks in the current
Yeah,
way of the game.
I feel like if he were to keep all these changes in the main game, I would actually cry.
If I were to say what the adjustment is, it's gotta be more than just canceling your kinetic grasp a little bit, I would say. It gotta
Yeah,
do, yeah.
I don't really
Cause
even
if you
see the
just
point.
yeah. Cause if you just throw a rock, pop your ability, cancel it immediately, you basically get just two back-to-back rocks, and your enemy can't do anything about it because I don't know, the first rock probably still has them stunned a good amount.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
imagine
Because
you're a
Yeah,
that's what I did most of the time. I just did rock, do my other ability, cancel it, so that I could get another rock while they're still on the
yeah.
ground, and just fuck them over. That killed like most of the supports and DPS.
yeah. It's like that would be very much hell for squishy characters.
Or even
Yeah,
characters like Diva who can't block that. You just
yeah,
rock them once, poke them real quick, absorb all their missiles, hit them again. That's already half their health, if not more, gone.
yeah.
Yeah,
And like, what
Diva,
can the supports do about
i-
that?
Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Sigma definitely counters Diva a lot more in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't witness it,
Yeah.
but I know for sure that he does.
I've played a fair share of Diva into Sigma, and I will say it feels like crap if the Sigma's good.
Yeah.
Winston,
It's
I
just
actually never got.
Winston.
I never played Winston, so you guys will have to tell me why it was.
So Winston was kind of weird. So first off, his charge shot, you could charge it longer to do more damage. So you could basically charge it twice and deal more damage.
Oh.
And
It
then
says that
his
it goes up to 150.
yeah, so you could get it almost like full-on killing characters if it lands fully, which is insane.
That's pretty.
His barrier's radius was increased by 2 meters, and then his primal rage now not only drops a barrier, which was literally never helpful, but also his range for his attack was increased by a little bit. So basically, it was easier to juggle people.
Honestly, from what that sounds like, the only thing that sounds notable is the secondary fire. The rest of that just sounds A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
almost
really
wanted
the
to
only
say
thing that I
like,
noticed.
go ahead.
Yeah, the secondary fire thing is really the only thing that I noticed because if I'm playing like a squishy character and I take like a little bit of damage and I'm suddenly sniped by a Winston on the other side of the map,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
When you put Sniper Winston, that sounds
Sniper
actually
monkey!
crazy.
Sniper monkey!
nah, Widowmaker who? Get the monkey in there.
What in the Boons 2? What in the Boons TD6 is this shit?
Oh my god. Yeah,
I'm just mad. I'd put it in F.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay, ball
the
time.
barrier is absolutely no nuisance. By the way, I just want to add that.
Yeah, there
Okay.
was no point.
For that, also, yeah.
Okay. Ball.
Hamon, the most fun. He's even more fun than before. Jesus.
Dude, yeah. I only
Yeah,
played.
I want it in the main game as it is.
Main game is a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you on that. It was really fun for
Yeah.
arcade. I would leave it in arcade.
Yeah, because dude, not gonna lie, the double pile driver is actually crazy. I've seen it killed like the squishies of squishies, and when I was playing Hamon, I did pile driver once, tried to do my kill, or just try to do damage on everybody else in the air as quickly as possible. Pile drive again, and that would have probably killed at least maybe 3 people by just that alone.
And you have to remember that you have 5 seconds before you have to pop that second pile driver again. So you can easily fly up, hit somebody, pile drive them, finish them off, quickly roll to the other support, pile drive them, and already have like half their health gone too.
Shit, I was even using it like that, and that also sounds crazy.
Yeah, like it was
The main
fun.
combo,
Don't get me
the main
wrong.
combo that I saw was pile drive, alt, pile drive.
That is also
I'll
pretty
say that
busted,
I
though.
didn't see that very often. Most of the time, what I saw was grappling hook, and then just immediately double pile drive. Usually, that was enough to kill at least one.
Yeah, that was the main thing that the Hamons were doing.
Yeah.
But I must say, thank you two for telling me that. When I do my 10-minute quest, I'm gonna immediately do both
You're
of those
welcome.
things.
You're welcome. Okay, Zarya. So Zarya's was again kind of just like micro buffy. So she had projecting a barrier onto someone else gave them 30% movement speed increase, and then her ultimate could now block projectiles. So basically, like the biggest example I thought of this is like you can't pedal people out of the graph anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I honestly think is very necessary. That's just me.
At first, I was gonna immediately say A tier, but that actually doesn't sound too bad, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Grav is. I would honestly say, and maybe this is kind of a hot take, I would say Grav is the worst tank ultimate. Maybe it's just me.
I
I
mean,
kind of agree with you there.
technically, yeah, technically you're not wrong. It's a 50-50. You don't even knew. It's not even you who really uses the ult. It's really everybody else that
Yeah,
uses the ult
like
for you.
even I used to say that Doomfist's was like absolutely atrocious, and it still is. Don't get me wrong, Doomfist's
Well,
ult is
yeah.
not great, but
Yeah,
at least with Dooms, like you're still applying a good amount of damage, and
you're still
the,
in control.
you're in
And
yes, thank you. You're in
yeah.
control the entire time of what you do with it.
Plus,
Zarya
they did make it so you
pedal
get
done.
back health or some shit.
Yeah, and you get back health over time, so you can use it as both either a healing ultimate or
Or a
a
retreat.
offensive ultimate or a retreating ultimate. There's
Most
so
of
many
the
things you can do.
use that I see of Graviton Surge in the main game is just like solo ulting as support.
Yeah,
So
that's like, what are you gonna do besides
Yeah.
that, honestly? Or like preventing other ultimates
Yeah,
for
that
Zarya
5
as a
seconds.
whole is just kind of like a poorly designed character.
Yeah, but no, yeah, she's very poorly designed. Cause
I don't even
Kind of
think
like
it's
how
that.
Mauga, kind of like how
well, not
Mauga is.
poorly.
Like they're both kind of poorly designed characters.
I just
I
don't
wouldn't
think she
say
transitions well.
poorly.
I just
I
don't think she
see.
transitions well.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you think,
No,
and
definitely not.
this is coming from someone who never played Overwatch 1 besides, like, one time. Back in Overwatch 1, Zarya was amazing with almost any other Brawl character. Like, think Zarya
Yeah.
Rein.
Oh yeah, she definitely was.
Or,
She's
and,
kind of like a passive. She's the way I put it is she's like a passive kind of tank that's there to like
Passive aggressive.
in
yes.
6v6 she was like a passive tank that was there to buff the rest of the team.
Yeah.
She doesn't work well on her own.
No. Like, and that's why, especially like whenever you see other like content creators talking about Zarya, they usually put her so low. I would argue that she, in the right hands, she can pop off. It's
No,
just
yeah,
that
definitely.
they need to be in the right hands, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see her pop off in open queue. Like roll queue, it's so much harder to
Yeah.
actually make a play with her.
Yeah.
Because yeah, as someone who played Overwatch 1, she was definitely probably one of the top picks in Overwatch 1. Because I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember. I remember when I used to
Easily.
play Overwatch 1, and half of my games always had like some form of Zarya or
Yeah, like
somebody
Rein
with Zarya.
Zarya, Diva Zarya, even like, or even think like Overwatch 2 if you've ever played open queue once. Go in open queue and try Junker Queen Zarya sometime. It is actually some of the most fun tanking experience I think I've ever had.
Yeah. She's like a
Mm.
support tank.
She literally
She
turns
doesn't-
into an off support tank, and it feels
She-
phenomenal.
It's because she doesn't work
yeah.
well on her own.
She was
No.
basically the perfect tank when it had 66, but Overwatch 2 just cook her entirely. She get
Yeah,
fucked over
I see that
badly.
being thrown around a lot in like the whole argument 5v5 or 6v6.
Don't
And
get
I
me
see
started.
people throwing around like that certain tanks like Ball and Zarya don't work well on their own.
Yeah, and it's like, can they work? Yes. Usually they don't.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I complain about Zarya, because I know that she can be good. I believe that still.
It's just
But
so much harder.
She needs something else
Yeah.
to help her in how the game is currently, because she's
Uh.
not a bad pick nowadays, but she's still kind of countable at the same time. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty easy
How
to
is
punish her.
how is somebody who's supposed to revolve around just using your bubble, which basically counters just using your gun in general, which is crazy when you think about it, get countered by, well, technically could still lose to Arissa easily.
Yeah, like even as Orisa, I'm not scared of Zarya. I'm legitimately
No,
like I'm
definitely not.
not scared of Zarya.
Because every time I hear it,
I was-
everybody says Zarya is the perfect counter for Arissa, and every
She's
time I
not.
see Arissa Zarya, the Arissa usually wins.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
unless that Zarya is like actually good at Zarya, and in that case, good luck picking any tank to go against her at that point.
Yeah.
So
A good Zarya shuts down pretty much every
Any-
tank because again, she's a beam hero and she's a high damage beam hero.
yeah,
I'm
and
not gonna lie,
especially with
out
a
of
couple moves.
out of boredom, I just do Ramatra just to pierce the bubble and still hit her just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, and again, half the tanks can still counter her fairly easily if you just don't shoot the
Yeah.
bubble.
The
Yeah.
only thing that I will say, one main thing that's keeping her alive is just how dumb the community is, because you may
Metal
not
ranks.
shoot into the
Metal
bubble.
ranks hear this.
Middle rank.
You may
I
not shoot
actually
into the
saw.
bubble, but the rest of your team will fill her bubble because they think, oh, it's
That-
Zarya. Just
I saw a
break her bubble
video
and kill her.
earlier
And
today, and it was a ranked Overwatch game where one tank was Zarya, and the Zarya ran on point and bubbled, and everybody on the other team stopped.
Just
And
like,
then when her
nope, nope,
bubble
nope,
was
nope,
gone,
nope,
and
nope,
then when
nope.
her bubble was gone, she got melted.
See, that's what I wish teams did, but for
Like,
some
no,
reason,
literally, it was like somebody like pressed pause. Like when she bubbled, everybody just fucking stopped, and then
Like,
when her bubble was
and done.
gone, she was dead.
Oh my
that's what I'm
god.
saying, dude. That's basically Zarya nowadays. Well, that would
Yeah.
be Zarya nowadays, unless you have a dumbass team.
I was gonna say, Zarya is literally just feast or famine, let's be honest here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zarya literally just depends on the enemies being stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what would be an interesting ult change?
Hmm.
If they
Huh.
actually made the ult, like, do damage.
It does.
Well,
I-
barely.
I'd say it doesn't do much. I feel like
It
that,
doesn't.
like,
It
does a
doesn't
little
do
bit of
noticeable.
damage.
it already locks you out of your mobility options though, so I feel like that would become a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
Maybe-
thing, like it's an interesting idea, but I feel like that's like too much at that point.
Well, I just mean like maybe
Yeah.
like just a little bit of damage over time at best.
I think it already does
It-
a little bit.
It does. It does a little. It does
I
a
think it
little
does,
bit
like,
of damage.
it-
over time.
Honestly, I can't notice it whenever I ult.
Fair. Anyway, I think personally, I don't know if what do you guys think, but I think this is the first one I'd put in. Please put this in the main game. I love every change for her. I actually love it.
I would. Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
I would say yeah, because she just needs it.
And
That's
also,
it. She
I
needs,
think
she needs anything. She needs anything.
well,
right
first
now.
off, yeah, she
Yeah.
needs like literally anything, and also it would be really good for breaking up like the current Orisa Mauga hog cycle that I feel like a lot of people talk about as well. Like the fact that
Yeah.
it's always one of those three tanks that are just dominant. I feel like Zarya, even though we just said like Zarya doesn't counter Orisa, I feel like
No.
she's still a better match into Orisa, let alone Mauga and Hog. So I don't know.
Especially
it
since
might break it a
both,
little bit.
especially since all three of those tanks, if they're being played by idiots, can like very easily get her to 100% charge.
Oh, easily, dude. I mean,
Especially
Mauga
Mauga,
especially.
'cause
Yes.
most- Yeah, because most Maugas I see just like run in, jump, minigun, and then
Corgi,
die.
Corgi,
Yeah.
you don't have to go into detail. Just say that Maug was the brain dead, buddy. We all know it.
That-
Well,
know
we
the
all know
rest.
it,
yeah.
We know the
I haven't
rest.
seen like even like it doesn't matter what role I'm playing, like support or DPS. I can't help you if you just like charge in there.
Pew 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 pew.
Do
pew,
your
pew, pew,
if
pew,
you
pew.
just do your overrun, pop your overdrive. Everybody's like playing behind cover, and then you just get melted because you're so fucking huge.
Yeah.
Well, welcome
And
to
the
the
funny
Winton
th-
Overwatch
and the
cycle.
the funny thing is Ryan and Winton do the same thing technically, but nobody complains. Maug was
Yep.
just
Oh no,
doing
I'm
it-
complaining about Reinhardt too. It doesn't happen. I don't see it as much with the Winstons that I play with, mainly because I don't see a lot of Winston.
Well, yeah.
But the Winstons and the Reinhardts I see play it a little bit better than Maugas because Maugas are just stupid.
Oh
But
yeah,
I think
that's
it's because Mauga has so much like potential for like just raw firepower, and Winston and Reinhardt have to play it a little carefully because Reinhardt's a melee. First of all, Reinhardt's a melee character, and Winston isn't like a super high damage character.
No.
he's not super high damage, but he's good.
I was gonna say,
He's good. I would say, don't
He's-
get me wrong,
yeah.
he's good. He's just not. He's just have to play
And
him.
you could,
kinda
and you
like
also
a, you have
could,
to- we have
and
to
you
learn
could
the
also
Winston test.
add. Who am I thinking? Oh yeah, you could also add Doomfist because he has the leap and the fist.
Mm-hmm.
Though
Yeah.
Doomfist is usually safer than the
I
other
would say,
two.
I would
'cause
say
you
Doomfist
get
is usually a lot safer.
Yeah.
Because because basically you have the option to either just be aggressive with the other ability or retreat with the other ability.
Yeah. Okay, this has already gone for
no.
40 minutes, so I'm gonna say we're gonna pick it up a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
Ash.
Okay,
I
Ash,
think
put it in the
literally
game.
Ash.
everyone agrees.
Put it in the game.
Yeah.
Put it
yeah,
in the
you
main
should get
game.
in the
Oh
game.
my
Having that
god.
extra control is so critical. It's such a tiny change, but it is so critical.
I
I
will admit though, I do have more fun actually like hitting the dynamite, but
yes,
being able to
but
just use it without hitting it
Yeah, being
feels
able to
so much better
control it.
for her.
yeah.
Even you could get rid of the dynamite thing, but keep
Even
Bob.
Bob.
I need
Yes.
Yeah.
leave Bob how it is. Like I want to have that extra control instead of seeing Bob run in, run off, and edge.
Or on that
Yeah,
off
because you
angle
can
that
stop
you
him.
panic ult
Yeah.
on accident, and next thing you know, you watch Bob run through all 5 members of the enemy team, through their spawn, through Narnia, and God knows where Bob ends up by the time he stops.
Yeah,
It's
Oh, yeah, you mean off
dude.
the stage? You mean
Oh
off the
yeah,
stage?
usually off the stage. Bro's about to play it like a Smash Bros character. Game!
good.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Baptiste, gotta say,
Why do you call Bastion Baptiste every time?
Yeah, you fucker.
Dude, you did it again! You did it in my
He's-
DMs earlier. You did it
Yeah.
now. You did it the other day. Sir! Sir!
It's Bastion,
Oh my
not
god.
Baptiste.
I don't fucking know that. I don't know.
Okay.
Shut up.
Bastion? I don't know whether to put in fun for arcade or never cook again.
I
If
mean,
you're-
I don't really like
honestly-
the explosion on death.
No.
I would be.
No, that
Uh,
no, that's a no. Yeah.
Also don't like that he shoots like a fucking AR-15 now. Pew 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 pew.
I mean, yeah, and it's not too noticeable. They only decrease the damage by
Oh,
one.
I noticed
and
it.
increase
Oh,
the
I
fire
noticed
rate
it.
by one.
I noticed it.
I noticed
dude.
it.
You could not peek half the time.
Yeah,
Because he
if
would
there was
just
a
suddenly
I
delete
play in the community crafted. Like you see me play a lot of Ash. If there's a Bastion on the other team, I
Good
can
luck.
barely peek without getting half my health just obliterated by not even
Oh wait,
the fucking the minigun just turning the corner and pew 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 pew. Half my health is gone.
oh,
And don't even get me
honestly-
started on the fact that he can crit in his configuration assault now. That's,
Oh wait,
yeah.
oh right, I forgot they did that for it.
I would
forgot that
honestly
was a
say
thing.
just never cook again.
Yeah.
That's either never cook again or fun only for arcade.
I
Honestly,
Mhm.
if we're gonna be like that, I would honestly just say play in air and call it a day.
No, it was not. And it is specifically for
was-
characters who like they didn't feel like they got changed. Bastion
Yep.
got changed.
You know, fair enough, yeah.
I
And
still
I don't like it.
I still remember today I played Esperanza as Bastion, and I swear to God, over half my kills were either just from randomly deleting someone like halfway across the map, or blowing 2 to 3 people up when I died because I saw I was under half health and just turned into a martyr. That's how you played Bastion. That is how you
Yeah.
played Bastion. Is you literally just
if
ran
you're
into
about
them.
to die, just run into them because you deal 300 death damage.
You're you're
I'm-
basically a
yeah.
Riptire.
I must
Yeah.
admit though,
You can kill pretty much any squishy, and tanks lose the majority of their
Yeah.
health.
I must admit though, I when I was playing, you remember the Junker Queen game that I told you about, Kit?
Yeah.
I was 1v1ing Bastion, and I honestly forgot about that, and I was so confused what happened. So I did the same
It
thing
sucks
twice
for
when
the
I saw
close
him
range
again.
heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
because I was just going in there
Especially
with
since how
Axe because I
Reaper
did not
is like
expect
a-
it.
Especially even like since how Reaper is like a well-known, pretty good counter for Bastion, but he's a close range hero. So if you're
Yeah.
going in as Reaper in the community crafted to kill a Bastion, you're kind of taking a gamble unless you can like kill him quickly and then immediately pop your wraith.
or
Yeah.
think about someone like Tracer.
Yeah, that too. She
Yeah.
will. You just can't. You just can't.
Yeah,
Like,
you,
dude,
you
it's
literally
such
just
a
can't.
yeah. That was probably one of the other changes that I thought happened in the game because
Yeah,
that
I don't know.
having the Junker death, it's so weird that you don't think it's actually in the game when you're playing against him, so you just play it normally. That was my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just forget about it. But then when you get exploded, you're then like, oh yeah, he fucking
Yippee!
explodes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
honestly, he could go. He's either never cook. Honestly,
Never cook
yeah,
again
never
on
cook.
that
Just
guy.
never cook.
Never cook again. Never cook again.
Not even fun for arcade. Just never cook again.
Yeah.
What about Cassidy?
Okay.
No,
Cassidy, so
no.
the only thing that changed with him was his role. It basically now
Yeah.
made it so that you could just fly in the air as Cassidy.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
didn't. Oh, and then you cleansed and you got 50 health for the roll. I didn't see it very useful. I know some people did. I did not see it.
Yeah, if you're just
I
thinking about
tried
it,
to.
yeah, if you're thinking about it, just call it life for dash. Honestly, it's just a roll.
It's just a yeah. That's kind of the way I saw it.
Though
I
can't.
tried to like it, but I mean, like I said, I think I said this, made this point before. I would rather like have it do it like where it's the whatever direction I'm moving instead of facing, because
Yeah.
I don't want to have to sacrifice like those couple seconds of having to turn around and then roll away, because those couple seconds could pretty much mean you die.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I don't like when they do the camera rolls in the camera direction.
And the amount
you
of
gotta
like
turn
capacities,
around.
and even like, did they do the same thing for Sojourn? The amount of things that I've
Yeah.
seen of like Sojourns and Casses accidentally just rolling into an entire stack of 5 characters and dying just because they forgot that their
Yeah.
roll doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. I
'Cause,
think
dude,
Sojourn's was so much worse. I like
Yeah,
Cassidy's was
Soldier's
Oh, yeah,
fine.
was
definitely.
worse.
Especially
Yeah.
since she flies so much further.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because with Cassidy, it might have put you over, but sometimes when I did it, it surprised both me and the enemy, so it wasn't too bad. But it's
Yeah.
still bad. Soldier got it down bad though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at
The
least
reason that the main reason why I hate when they do the camera thing is because having to turn around and then roll is such a horrible thing for you because you're turning your back on the enemy.
Yeah.
So you're most likely gonna die before you even get the roll or slide out anymore.
okay, yes and no. Yes, that
Yes
does
and
happen,
no.
but I also feel like there was a lot of times where at least with Cassidy's, I felt like it was so like brief and quick, and also gaining the 50 health, it usually was a lot better to just use in a jiffy, instantly get the 50 health to just finish that quick fight.
Well, yeah, that normally, but if you have to like get out of there,
Like
you're
if you have
kind
to
of
If you-
fucked.
retreat, like if
Yeah.
your team
But
is
and then
dying and you have to
even then,
retreat.
like if anything, worst case scenario, you can also just roll up to high ground, which I did
But that
multiple
also
times
depends.
and
But that also
worked.
depends where you are
Sojourn
too.
did not work like that. Sojourn was
I
like
would
literally,
say,
like I thought it was fun for the arcade mode.
yeah,
I wouldn't
I
want
would
to
say just
see it.
let it be fun for arcade. If you did want to put it in the main game, just get rid of the fact that it moves in the direction you're looking, and just have it be whatever
Yeah.
direction you're moving.
I wouldn't even change his role. I think his role right now is
I
fucking fine enough.
I would
Because he
say
gets-
right now it's fine,
dude,
but if you
he
wanted to
gets
change
like
it,
doesn't he get like 75?
he gets
No.
like 75%
They-
damage reduction.
They reduced it to 50, but
Oh, I
still.
got
Damn.
reduced. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
He
but
did.
it also
He
completely
did.
reloads your gun, so it does enough.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
like
enough.
the way that you're supposed to use it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roll, quick
Roll,
reload, 1,
then fan the
2,
hammer,
3,
done.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Echo,
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
so
honest.
Echo-
That could honestly, that could be honest. Well, the now you can target allies thing that could definitely be in the main
Yeah,
game.
I would be fine with her changes being in the main
I
game.
would say good with some adjustments. Maybe.
I would say either fun and arcade or go with some adjustments. The only thing is I don't see why
Yeah.
you would,
Hmm.
because like
Yeah.
especially
I mean, like it's
imagine
a
two
cool
Malgas.
I was gonna say it's a cool concept on paper, but in practice it would be
Yeah.
like super shitty.
Yeah, and
But
that's why I
it does
almost lean
sound, but it
closer
is
to
very
here,
actually.
but
You know, yeah, I would say fun only for arcade because
yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
You know, they say it does sound shitty, but
like
two
it's
tanks
interesting. Don't
of
get me
the
wrong.
two same tanks is very fun. I would gotta say it. Honestly, that brings back a little bit of one memories because you know you can have them
Yeah.
like a full team of one person.
Yeah.
So that brings
Yeah.
back a little bit of nostalgia. So yeah, honestly, fun
Okay.
only for arcade.
All right, Gengi. So I did not notice it whatsoever. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. So the only thing
I
that
didn't
changed was his
notice
ult, and it
anything.
was so
I was
minimal. Even with the lifesteal, it was so minimal. I
Yeah.
literally just played Genji normally.
yeah, I was just
Mhm.
gonna say he's
The
absolutely
kind of buff that would be fine in game, you wouldn't really notice it. It wouldn't really change his playstyle at all.
yeah.
Like literally the definition of
I feel like Custa just kind of like threw that in there because they didn't know what to do with Genji.
yeah.
yeah.
Nerf
Hans.
Genji!
Oh dear God, no.
Hans, no,
No.
dude, Kyorgi, all he gets is nerfs. What
I
do you
was gonna
mean?
say.
he he and Reinhardt are literally in the same boat, brother.
Yeah, okay, he's not that low, but
Okay, come on now. Now you're
Well,
dragging.
they visit each other on the same boat, whatever.
okay, Hanzo. He felt way different in this mode.
I'm not
Way.
gonna
Yeah.
lie, I gotta say this really changed up his playstyle, and I think it's slightly for the better, because mostly Hanzo's is just
You
shoot
thought it
and
was
just
for the
lay hit.
better?
He reloads now? He
Well, he
reloads now?
reloads. Yeah.
How does that even work?
It basically
A
just
quiver,
feels.
a quiver.
I say he literally just dips his bow down for a second and then dips it back up and boom, he's
Oh,
reloaded. It's
yeah,
not
basically
even really an
basically
animation.
repair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
did not try.
Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not for the better, but it did change his gameplay a little bit.
I'm gonna say like, and then he had
Well,
scatter arrow. I
it's
never
good.
noticed it. I've used
You
scatter
can't-
arrow multiple times and it did nothing.
Dude.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one thing that I noticed about it is that you can't, it's like, as a squishy hero, you can't really get close to him anymore unless, and like, because you run the risk of getting, like, shotgun blasted in the face by a bunch of arrows.
And
I don't know
even then, it
about,
was like sometimes that happened.
Sometimes. But
Sometimes
it didn't
just
really do much.
no.
I'm gonna leave this one to you two, cause
And, like, even with the changes to his...
I have played Overwatch 1 Hanzo a lot, so I know how to abuse it.
This did not feel like Overwatch 1
Yeah,
scatter
this
arrow.
Well,
did
no,
not
This
feel
was
like
it
that.
didn't
not
feel
Overwatch 1 scatter
well. It
arrow.
didn't feel like Overwatch 1's, but I was still used to it to an extent where, even though, as you said, yeah, because the other arrow was gone, so you're kind of fucked in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah.
I was still managing to get away pretty good, mainly because been doing a lot more Hanzo recently, so landing a lot more headshot. Well, I've been able to do more killing than just pure damage with Hanzo now.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, doing the scalar arrow in a 1v1 is 50-50. But it does feel good
It's
when you actually land
very-
it off.
Yeah, when you land it, it feels pretty darn good, but like, I don't know. Whenever
Yeah.
I played him for a couple games, and it just did not feel good. I did not like playing Hanzo. Maybe it's just because of what like the teams were running, because it was like literally always Moira Bastion. But
Sure, that kind of was fucking up
Yeah.
also.
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say like never cook again, but
You would say fun for arcade?
It's meh.
yeah, like I don't know. It was good
Either
for
there or
I feel like it was good for the arcade mode. It was good to see it back.
Yeah,
Leave it in the dust.
sure.
Junkrat literally, like, didn't even get changed.
He didn't? I didn't
he
play
got
him,
a
so I
shit
don't.
ton. He got
Actually,
shit
no,
ton.
wait,
What do
never
you
mind. I'm
mean?
looking at it. Alright, so his frag launcher.
Oh, I
his
didn't even
projectile
notice the
speed
Riptire
increased
changes,
from
honestly.
his projectile speed increased from 25 to 35 meters per second. Riptide no longer control Riptide in first person. Can be detonated by pressing the ultimate ability input again. Maximum duration reduced from 10 seconds to 1.5. Movement speed increased to 100%. Explosion damage maximum reduced from 600 to 300. Explosion radius reduced from 10 to 5 meters. Now ignites enemies for 150 damage over time. For 5 seconds. That's a
I'm be
fucking
honest, I really didn't notice much
So,
with it. I never
play-
played him.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
That's why.
Yeah.
I don't really play Junkrat even to begin with. I didn't
No,
notice the changes until I saw it like in a comprehensive like video. And even then, it was kind of like it's a lot, but in the games that I saw, even after I knew what was going on and how it worked, I didn't really see it doing much. It was still killing every squishy and just crippling tanks.
I will admit though, I've been playing against Junkrat a lot. I haven't played him, but played against him a lot,
Yeah,
and
I
from
feel
what I
like
tell, it kind of feels the same, just
That's why I said it didn't
slightly
really
more
get
normal.
like he got changed,
And
but
okay,
at the
also,
same time, it doesn't feel
you
like he got
needed to
changed.
play him. You needed to play him. It feels
also,
a
Yeah,
well,
obviously,
lot
no,
but
different.
I
I'm just
did
saying, like
play
in
him.
practice, playing somebody on the outside, it's like he did get changed, but you can't really notice it unless you're playing as
Yeah,
Junkrat.
you need to play as
Yeah,
him because playing
I
against
did
him.
play him too.
Yeah, okay, because playing against him, you're not gonna notice it very much. He's still, like, blowing people up left and right. But
Yeah,
actually playing him, the way you had to use Riptire was so different.
it's
And
so technical now.
yeah, it's actually a skillful ultimate. And I know some people are gonna say, like, Junkrat's a Riptire is already skillful. Shut up.
Skillful?
It's
Shut up.
not.
Uh,
You just play a mini game and then drive it into a crowd of people and blow up.
I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, I don't know if it's skillful. Honestly,
Junkrat has been one of the like least skill heroes for a while.
I wouldn't say
I
that. I
I
would
want
say
to
his ult,
say
yes.
You need a certain amount of technical skill, but a lot of the Junkrats
His
that I see, like even in regular game modes, they just like walk up to you, spam every single ability they have, and you're dead.
spam
I'm
rat, yes, it's very brain dead. But a actually good Junkrat, the amount of technical everything is actually kind of impressive.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
but
lie.
I haven't
I
really seen one of any of those. So
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The Reptoid thing didn't really affect me that much. Usually, I would just use it how I normally would, and uh, it still basically did the same thing, killing everybody.
Well,
Honestly,
okay, but
that shit didn't really
yeah,
affect me.
another thing is you can't just hide behind a corner and use it now. Because since it goes in a straight line, you actually have to use it, like,
You guys
next to the
hide
team
behind
fight.
a. Well, that's the thing. I
Have you...
don't do the. That's the
Okay,
thing. I
and
never
that's
did the
why,
hide behind
yeah.
the
okay,
corner. I
that's a
do. I just
yeah.
go straight in. That's why. Because I noticed recently a lot more players are just. Uh, I noticed recently a lot more people are getting a little bit smarter with Junkrat because they go hunting for him a lot more whenever he does ult.
Yeah,
Same thing with Baptiste.
that's what you do.
It's
But I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie, I don't do that shit. I be a Junkrat and just get in there.
Yeah.
I will all in the middle of a fight. I will be just standing there. I don't give a fuck.
Well, and I feel like that's also kind of like on the flip side of why I actually think these changes are great, because another thing is I hate the Junkrat who just pulls out the Riptire in like 2 seconds and blows everybody up in the middle of the team and no one will target him. I've seen it so many
Yeah,
times,
true.
even in
Yeah.
like competitive. Even in competitive, he will jump in the middle, pull out his ultimate, and no one will shoot him until the Riptire blows up
Mm-mm.
and kills both my supports, and I'm like, dog. Dog.
That's why I feel like you would put him in the good with some changes.
I think with some
Sounds about right.
changes, like,
He needs changes,
beauty.
that's for
He
sure.
needs changes
Also,
for sure.
I would like to vocalize that it has been already an hour.
It has already been an hour.
I was gonna say that. Well, I already figured.
Yeah, it was
You
gonna...
guys, Kate, you have to tell me what maze is again, because I didn't get a chance
Okay,
to clear
so
it. I can't tell.
maze...
She can shoot the ground and move faster like she's ice skating. The blizzard, it's centered around her now, so you don't throw it in an area. She can walk around and have the blizzard around her, and it roots them instead of stunning them. They can still, I think they can still use abilities, but you can't. It doesn't like stop you moving.
Wait, so it never
Yeah,
stops you
I
moving
would.
at
Yeah,
all.
I agree
It's
with
only
Kit on
stuff.
that one. I agree with Kit on
Honestly,
that one. Quick and simple. Just
Okay.
I feel like it would be
honestly,
fine in the main game.
Blizzard sounds like it just makes sense because he basically does
Yeah,
do this. He basically does do the stun thing now in general because they
and
made it
it
so that her
eliminates
primary.
and
What
it
did he
makes
do
it so that
again?
the Mei actually has to get in there instead of being a pussy, like jumping out from behind a corner, throwing it in there, and then running away to avoid getting shot. before as the entire enemy team gets frozen and then they get blasted.
Oh yeah, they made besides they made it so that her primary doesn't actually like freeze you completely anymore, so it kind of just makes
Yeah.
sense really.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
another thing, honestly, that all kind of sounds fun because it just sounds like a kamikaze and no abuser.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm
Though
gonna
I'm not
rant the
gonna,
fuck about this for a second.
I just want to add one more thing. Not gonna lie, the freezing the ground thing. So do you just literally like fire at
Yes,
the
you
ground
just
and
fire at
move
the
Yeah,
ground.
forward?
you
Yes,
just shoot
yes.
at the ground and you get movement speed.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna fucking lie. That just sounds like the okay. You know the highlight air, the intro where
The one,
it's
yeah,
just
I was
The
like
I
the
where she
one
just
yes.
highlight
literally
intro.
yeah. It just
It's
feels
literally
like
just
that,
that.
but
Yes.
they could. I
Costa
feel
got the
like
highlight intro idea.
honestly that just feels like a. It feels like they could have an ability. I don't know.
Okay,
It feels like
let him
half of
rant.
ability.
Let him
Yeah.
rant.
Okay. I fucking love this version of May because okay. The word, and I will complain to hell and back about this. The number one thing about Overwatch 2 that makes it feel like absolute pussy dogwater BS is when you don't have agency over your character. Why do you think so many people hate Roadhog Hook? Why do you think so many people hate Lucio Boop? Why do you think so many people hate Sombra Hack? Why do you think so many people hate the Pharah Boop? It's because you completely lose the ability to play your character. Sombra hacks you out of your abilities. Booping makes it so you're unable to move the way you want to move. Look at someone like I can't remember what I just said anymore because
You
I'm
said
already ranting. Yes,
Roadhog and also
Roadhog.
you said
Because you get
Roadhog,
pulled in
Roadhog hook.
again, you can't
Illari.
move. Or yeah, Ayari to a lesser extent. But you get the idea. If you are or like Honest Sleep, why do you think people hate Honest Sleep and Onanate so much? Because
Well, I
you
mean,
lose
honestly,
the
it does make
ability
sense.
to move and you lose the ability to heal, which is what do you think the support is there for?
Well, I mean, that's a support thing, so I guess it's not as
It's
heavy.
It's very heavy.
it's very
Well,
heavy.
it's
Thank you.
still very heavy, but it's a support, so
Yes.
kind of
When
gotta
you
give her
lose
something.
the ability to do a core aspect of your ability to play the game, you're
Especially
going to feel like dog water.
especially as the support, when you see
It's
your tank get onated and then they just like helplessly try to run back behind cover, and then you're just trying to like, if I'm mostly a mercy player on support, and when I see somebody get hit with the anti and I'm healing them, I either switch to somebody else or I try to give them damage boost instead of healing until the
yeah.
effect wears off.
I'll say because
Yeah.
not only does it affect the person who is directly affected by it, such as the Anonade, such as the Roadhog Hook, but think of, again, like the Mercy player, who now can't heal, can't do their primary part of their kit because of something as simple as an Ononade, or even think about something like a Curie TP or a BAP lamp. Your ability to
Yeah.
kill them is gone. GG's. Because
I,
at the press of a cooldown, boom, you now can't do your job because they just survive.
That's why it feels so
I
frustrating to
want to
play
say
against.
though, I feel like it's more balanced with Ana compared to the other heroes
Yeah,
that got bullshit like
I'm
that.
just saying. Like, there's obviously
Yeah.
much more extremes, but
'Cause, yeah,
still.
Cause yeah, it's obvious that Ana's whole thing is just fucking over the enemy's healing and shit.
Yeah.
And that's fine because the way you have to play her is very technical. Isn't it?
Yes.
She doesn't seem skillful, but it is a lot of skill.
Right.
And
And
if you're
that's
caught, you're mostly gonna die unless you have somebody else with you.
yeah, and that's not the main point I'm trying to make. The main point I'm trying to
I
make
know.
is when you lose the ability to play the game the way you want to play the game, obviously
It feels like shit.
it's going to feel like absolute booty cheeks dog water. It's why Sombra's the most hated character in the game, because at the press of a button, you can just
Yeah.
completely eliminate half of your counterplay against the hero. Like,
Also,
bruh.
okay, let me nutshell it for you because I don't want to make this video too long. Basically, the problem is characters that ruin the core mechanic of the fucking game.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it literally
Like any
ruins the
character
idea of
that
a
is
hair
able,
fantasy.
yeah, any character that is able to like lock you out of using an ability, lock you out of movement for an extended period of time, or displace you in a way, it's gonna feel like shit because you can't really do anything about it. Like, if you get hit by a sleep, you're slept. You get hit by an Ononade, you're antied. You get hit by Lucio Boop, you're getting booped. You can't really do anything about it.
Cause shit, I'm not gonna like, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but for a game like Overwatch,
Yeah.
that's just not it.
It's
At
just
least
not
with
fun.
Sombra, you have a chance if you react quick enough to block out her hack, but even then, you're probably not gonna have the reaction time if you're focused on something else.
Also, the
Exactly.
hack
That's
is
kind of
also
like
the
a
hack thing is
team's
kind of bullshit
a
because they
team's
say it could hit
priorities
her.
are really different depending on what's going on. If the team isn't doing anything, their priorities are kind of like, okay, let's watch the flanks, don't get shot. Watch for Sombras if there's a Sombra, but the Sombra's good time to strike is when the team fight starts because a team's priorities change completely when the fighting starts because then their
Exactly.
priorities change to shoot guns,
Yeah.
dodge bullets, and then that's when their time to strike is because they're completely displaced, focused on something else.
Pretty
I
much.
also want to try two more things to help with the argument. One, well, no, three things. Even though the other characters that we said with the whole ruining your control, Sombras is the worst because she has arguably the lowest cooldowns in the game. I can't name anybody else who has all like 5-second cooldowns and less.
Yeah.
Two,
D-
the thing where they say hit her while she's hacking to stop the hack doesn't feel like it works half the time.
Hacks behind
And
you
even
cutely.
Yeah.
even then, you're least likely to even get it off whether or not. And
Even if you
three,
do,
and yeah.
she's got her fucking wee bye.
Yeah, yeah, she has a teleport, which also makes her basically instantly invisible if you don't hit her in time.
Yeah.
And three, as you, I, Corey, all of us have experienced, when the losing team switched to Somber, like right at the end of the game, and suddenly, somehow at the end of the game, you lose.
Yep.
Like, switching to a character should not affect the game
That
that
much.
fucking much. If this person switched to Sombra at the end of the game, and somehow just because of that, it leads to the ones who were basically like, I don't know, 1 meter away from the enemies. It just
It feels
demotivates you,
horrible. It
dude.
feels
This is more
genuinely
this is
horrible.
more of a
It
sneak
feels
peek into our
horrible.
Sombra, and we haven't even gotten to Sombra
Yeah,
yet.
okay, we need to move
yeah.
on. We need to move on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
we were ranting about the wrong
Okay.
character.
So
For
far,
Farah, I didn't really notice it.
Let me
I
tell
would,
you,
I would be fine. I would be fine with it in the game. Her direct impacts, if you shoot it with her rocket launcher, gain 15 overhealth, maximum of 45, and
Yeah.
in her rocket barrage, you can use your jump jet.
You can basically use your movement abilities in the ultimate.
You can move
Yes.
during your rocket barrage, basically.
Honestly,
I think fun, but only for the arcade mode, because if you allow that in the main, Farah
Yeah.
is already busted, especially with her rework.
yeah,
I
was
do
gonna
not.
say.
Yeah,
I do
definitely.
not want to see that in the main game. I'm sorry.
This-
Just don't.
No, I'd rather.
Despite
not.
how good that is for her ult, because
We all
that's
know her
for
ult
it's
sucks a little
still
bit.
it sucks a little bit, but admittedly it's still good. But the thing
Yes.
is, it's easily fuck up. But the fact you can move in it now gets rid of the risk factor that comes with it, because it's
Exactly.
basically risk reward.
Yeah.
So that would be a little too busted. Although, yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
Only arcade. Fuck that.
Okay.
Reaper.
So, I'm just gonna say now, and this again might be a little bit controversial, just a little bit. I think this needs to go in the main game.
Yes.
I would. Yeah.
I would say
so
too.
I would not be opposed to letting it in the main game. I don't
I
even
would
care
not be
about that. I don't
opposed
even care about
to.
the changes to his passive. The main thing is his wraith form.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
it
just
looks more
I'm
like
still gonna
it's like
say it.
it acts more like a Moira fade instead of just like really loud smoke moving super slow.
yes.
Yeah, they basically just buff the passive a little bit because now you could gain like a little bit of overhealth, which
I've
isn't bad.
never seen that happen in all my time.
I
I
have
played
I-
Reaper like at least 10 matches in the community crafter mode, and not once did I ever see that actually happen.
Oh,
So.
I actually saw it happen. Actually, surprisingly, it saved me once, but it was just once. So
Yeah,
it's
I never
You're
really
unmissable
noticed
and
not
it.
doesn't
gonna see it
anything.
often enough to actually like have a
But the
notable difference
Wrath,
there.
but the Wrath form is probably like the perfect change
Wrath form?
for what the
Hurrah!
I don't know why Rift form. I don't whatever. But the
Bruh.
Rift form change is probably what it's probably just because it's basically Mora's fade, but just
But better.
I
But
actually,
better.
I
yeah.
actually saw a video earlier where this person was like, I think they were playing like a Kiriko or something, and they were fighting a Reaper, and they were winning the fight, but they were like super low health, and then you just see the Reaper like jump scare them and run into them, and they die because
Yeah,
the
that's
50
also
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, even though it
It's
does only
so
50 damage, that's
fucking
still
funny.
fun.
It's so funny just when you see a Reaper just like charging at you. It's like, oh my god.
And also another main thing about it is that you can activate it during Death Blossom or something like that. But
Oh yeah.
but I haven't done that yet, so I don't know how that's
I
like.
haven't even seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
I
9 times
yeah.
out of 10, there's not really a reason to.
Wait, Kit,
But
did
yeah,
you do
I would
it?
be fine with that saying.
No, I didn't even do it myself. I just didn't see a reason to.
Because I'm curious how that looks. Is it just
Yeah.
did I can only imagine you just basically the same thing, but if you use it during ult, you just like get a low speed boost and that's it. Is that
Probably.
it?
Probably. Well,
I
and Death
think
Blossom
I'll
is so, like, it's so quick anyways that, like, if you fade,
Yeah.
that's like half your Death Blossom.
Yeah.
Oh right,
I
yeah,
don't
because
know.
it's still a fade, so that wouldn't fuck over
Yeah.
your
Okay.
Unless you like use it in a different way where like you pop your blossom and then you like move really quickly with the wraith like in a split
On
second, like you
yeah.
Right.
activate the ability and then cancel it immediately.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
unless the thing like stops the ultimate midway while you're in riff form, and then
I don't know. That's like
continues.
the one thing I never actually got to see. I don't know.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Okay, so, let's just go to Sojourn. I genuinely saw no difference besides the power slide, and the power slide was low-key
Yeah,
horrid.
no, don't cook.
The yeah
Don't cook, move on. Move on.
Like, literally the only thing
uh
I'll say about Sojourn is that, unlike Cassidy, the other thing, you cannot cancel the slide. You couldn't cancel the slide, so you would just be stuck flying like a rocket for a good 2 seconds with nothing you could do. I hated
Into
it.
the
I
enemy
hated
team.
it.
Right into the enemy team.
And I'm
Yeah.
still gonna say what the railgun changes were just for the video.
No, no.
For primary.
We don't even need to. We don't even need to. It's so bad. Just move on. It's so bad.
Dang, that's
Okay,
crazy.
Soldier. I thought Soldier was
Soldier-
decent. You can say the
I
changes.
Sam.
I
As of-
really,
as of-
again, I really didn't notice it. Especially, I didn't even notice. Like, I even played him, and I didn't even notice it.
How
Like,
did you not
I noticed.
How did you not?
I was gonna say,
Dude,
how
that
did
is-
you
The
not?
only thing that I know, no. The only thing that I noticed was the biotic field. Everything else I didn't care about.
Did you
Corgi,
use
Corgi.
Visor?
I did use visor.
Did you use your spring?
Yes, I did. I didn't really notice the other two. Like, I noticed them, but I didn't like care enough about it for me to be like, huh, okay.
Alright,
Like,
Corgi.
it's very good changes.
Dude.
but-
Corgi, next time I play with you, we're gonna do a normal game, and then I'm gonna immediately sprint,
play the patch.
and
Yes,
then
it
play a
feels
community
different. It
credit,
feels
so you can
so
see the
different.
difference for yourself.
And it feels
Eh.
good. I would say
Dude.
fun for arcade. Like, I would not see these in the
Yeah.
main game, but they were
I didn't want it to be the
very
main game,
fun.
but you can put it in
No.
arcade. Like, it's like
Also,
the thing
yeah.
is, like, I noticed the changes, but I didn't really care enough about it.
Let me tell you the changes, since somehow you didn't notice them. His speed was increased from 50
I have
to
it in front of me.
80, which
have it
is
in front of me.
crazy. Oh, well,
I'm looking
how
at the
did
same document you are.
And yet you didn't find it crazy. That's funny.
Or.
Though I will admit, the fact they took Malgra's old thing with the unlimited ammo and gave it to Soldier
And gave
was
it
a
to
little
Soldier,
buster.
yeah.
That was a
Oh my
Well,
God.
and, okay, the other thing I loved was the amount of times I just threw my biotic field at the Malga, just knowing, like, I could see his health just starting to dip. I'm like, think fast, Juggernuts! boom,
Oh
drop
yeah,
the
it-
biotic
it-
field.
the
I
biotic
actually
field.
saved
Especially if
him
you're
one
playing-
time.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing with the Grillmaster skin, you just looks like you're throwing a soda can at him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
seriously
it.
just looks like you throw a soda can and instantly he starts healing. And I actually
Because-
saved
yeah.
him twice
Honestly,
in one
I
game.
actually love how the biotic field is because it now actually feels like a genuine deployable now.
That's
Because
true.
most of them you just throw.
Would
But
I
this
want to
one
see
you
it in
can
the
actually
main
throw
game? Absolutely
No.
not. But it was
No.
it was funny
No,
as hell.
This was fun, very fun, and a little too strong for normal game.
Little,
or
yeah, like
competitive.
little strong,
Yeah.
but still
Yeah.
really fun.
Cause oh god, cause imagine you far behind, but you can still throw your biotic field to help
Yeah.
whoever in front of you. It's fun.
Well, and you could play Soldier either like really offensively, or you could play him like a third support now with his biotic field.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, which helps too.
Yeah.
And the reason I love this so much is because the console thing where they added the recoil, so it actually kind of fucks him up a lot. Well, at least for me. And these buffs actually helped with that because it actually kind of fixed that recoil problem, so I didn't mind it.
Skill issue.
Uh-huh.
Anyways. Okay, Sombra.
I didn't even hear what the
Sombra. Okay.
in the game now, playing the main game now.
Okay.
I,
No.
I don't even know what
no,
her
no,
other
no.
things is. Just
Let
just
me
put
cook.
her invisibility thing in.
Let him cook.
Let me cook with this
What
one.
is it? What the fuck
So-
is it?
They're in the right direction with not being, or with having more detection range, with not being able to get right behind them and just instantly hack them. I do agree with
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
don't think it's perfect though, and the main reason, the number one reason, she should not have it like unlimited stealth. It should not be a thing.
Sure.
In Overwatch 1, when she was released, she had limited stealth, and then they got rid of it because people were complaining about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
They
they
need to
even
bring that
changed her
back.
They even
Yeah.
changed her
She-
translocator, which was probably the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
do not want her to just be instantly invisible, like, forever, because it's super. We've already talked about Sombra a lot when we were supposed to be
Yeah.
talking about May. So,
Yeah.
Also, I feel like we've gotten our point across. I think what they did was good. They just need to push it just a little bit further for it,
Yeah.
for it to be like
Basically,
perfect.
yeah, what you said, they did it in the right step for Soul Somber. Just a little more changes, and it would be just what we needed.
In the
Because
dumpster
now she
fire.
does, because now she doesn't feel like just Tracer, but gimmicks. No, she doesn't feel
Yeah.
like that anymore. She actually feels like a stealth character.
You
and as
actually
a
have
av-
to play
Yeah.
with the team.
And as an avid Somber hater from day one, even I can admit this change. Even I can admit when I died to Somber in the game mode, I can't even complain anymore.
You just
Well,
kind of
I
give
can
like
still-
okay.
Yeah, honestly, that's my bad. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I can say. The
Yeah,
only-
it
Yeah.
went from a you mother to like
Yeah,
okay. Thank you.
yeah, because now she actually takes a lot more skill.
Right.
One thing that would definitely need changing though, cooldowns.
I
Change
do
fucking
even just like
cooldowns.
one more second on the translocator would be nice.
yeah.
Dude,
And bring her cooldowns up at least a little bit.
her cooldowns need upping a lot.
I don't think a lot, but at least a little.
Well, not a lot,
Nope,
but
she can't. She uses hack and she can't use it again for 30 seconds.
Dear God. No, her ultimate is now just hack.
yes, that's perfect.
Her ultimate is now just virus. That's it.
But
Yep.
seriously, dude. I gotta say, the cooldowns are ridiculous. I can't name anybody else off the top of my head whose cooldown is 5 and less besides Sombra.
Zen technically has no cooldowns.
True, but it's
True.
but it's
Nerd
meh.
glasses, come on.
True.
Nerd glasses.
Nerd. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's
Actually, Mercy, Mercy has a 1.5 second cooldown on her mobility.
Well, yes, it's for DP. Yeah, but Sombra's a whole different fucking problem.
You don't know
Yeah.
what I have to say to that, Kit? Did you even hear me when I said that?
No, I did not.
No.
I heard
Yeah.
I heard him. I heard him when he said that.
I went yourself.
Sim, let's get to Sim.
Let's just get to-
Put her in no. Put her in don't
Please
cook
no.
again.
Never
Do not
cook.
cook.
again,
Never
dude.
fucking cook again.
I swear to
Dude.
God, I've played this patch a lot. I think I've seen like maybe 3 Sims, and they switched after the first fight with how bad she was.
Yeah, no. Her
Yeah,
turrets,
yeah.
her turrets are literally just a car wash now.
Yeah.
Her turns are out. Dude, the one thing I hated the most was the teleporter. Because for some reason all the Sims just decided to play in the worst spots ever. And since you don't have the option to choose when you go in or not,
I don't understand
you
why they
just-
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's kind
I
of
remember.
just like a throw thing to put in there to say I changed something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was just stupid, dude. I remember when I was just walking around, the whole team's just there, opposite sides. Sim throws out a teleporter somewhere. I see it on the edge of the edge. Yeah, I just see it on the edge of the bridge. I don't know where she puts the teleporter. I move my stick a little bit. Next thing I know, I off the fucking bridge, and everybody else. Oh my god, I hated that shit.
Okay, Torb. Basically,
Torb-
Torb just got his turret back. He got his level
Yeah,
3
they
turret
they
back.
only changed one thing about it. I honestly wouldn't mind that in the main
Honestly,
game.
I wouldn't mind
probably
it,
wouldn't
yeah.
care.
I
I would,
would say
I
fun
would
for
s-
It's
arcade.
kind of meh.
I would. It's either
Yeah.
fun for arcade.
It's either leave it in
but
arcade or meh.
I would say either fun for arcade or good with more adjustments, not some more.
A lot more.
Yeah. For Tracer, again, it's one of those things that I really didn't notice because besides the health thing, it was just a bunch of cooldown and things. The only thing I really did notice was the health and the pulse bomb being a hit scan thing now.
And even that,
Yes.
I didn't notice it very much.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
I
notice
feel like
anything.
I feel like it's just eh.
Yeah.
Cause she's the I would say she's the main person who got like a lot of many things in this thing.
Well, and
Oh,
that,
yeah.
She
that
just-
150
got
health
so many different movie
killed
buffs.
her.
Well, the 150 elf, that was the biggest change that everybody noticed.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
not the well, it's the biggest, and then
She pretty much
her-
dies to like if you like blow on her too hard, she'll just like fall over and die.
Right.
I mean, she's yeah, they made that worse.
I
now.
feel like
And the-
the cooldown buffs were not enough to compensate for
No.
how squishy
And
she
then what was
At
the other
that
change?
point, just give her like infinite blank with like a little like a little delay.
felt. Yeah.
What was the other thing? Oh yeah, she got the spreading keys or something.
I didn't even feel that. I'm gonna be honest.
She got a spread, and then her pulse bomb was like hit scans basically because it
Yeah.
moved so
Yeah.
fast.
Then the projectile speed was increased to max or some bullshit.
Right.
So yeah, it was just mainly those three, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Venture,
where's Triss again? Oh, just okay.
yeah,
I'm-
Venture again.
Venture is
I
Again.
didn't really notice their
didn't
changes
it's
besides
on-
the
Yeah,
spin.
like,
it wasn't
whenever
much.
you ult half the time, you're already really up close and in their face anyways, so
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
And
I did
even
notice
it's
it.
not really that much of a
Dude.
fall off because even if you get hit by 4 150 damage things versus 4 110 damage thing, it's
That's-
still gonna kill you.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
440 damage still. That's still more
Yeah,
than...
it's
almost
the
more
damage.
than Riptire.
The
That-
damage
yeah.
didn't really get changed like that, and I didn't even. At first, I thought what I was gonna notice when I played her was the duration increase, but I didn't even notice that because
No.
in the end, you still only get
4
charges.
shots. Yeah.
So
it's-
that doesn't really affect anything.
Okay,
it's-
Widow,
It's- no.
never cook again for Widow.
What was Riddle? Oh,
I-
Riddle. I don't even know where her changes was.
Her
Basically...
I
scope
saw- I
shots
saw
deal
her
damage over time. It
Yeah.
feels
That was-
so clunky now. Like, do
It-
not cook
yeah.
again.
Oh, that's
Widow-
that.
At first, I was
Her
on board with
scope-
it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, it's not a one-shot anymore, that's nice.
But
No.
then you realize it's still a one shot.
It's still a
Well-
one-shot. Now it just... You have to wallow in
You have to-
shame.
Yeah, you have to wait to die.
Yeah.
So that explains why I just saw Widow just firing shots back to back.
Yeah, at that point,
arbitrarily.
At
Give her
that
the
point,
one shot.
just
Just
leave
give
it
her
how it is.
So basically, what
If
they
you're gonna-
did was Ana if a DPS.
Yeah,
That's what you're
Mhm.
saying.
literally Ana as a DPS, because
Yep.
it just doesn't feel right for Widow. Like, sure, nobody likes getting one-shotted, but I feel like I
That
would hate
is
getting
Widow.
one-shotted by
Wait,
that.
question.
One-shotting is Widow. Like, I respect getting one-shotted more by like a Widow or even an Ashe, because they actually had to aim rather than getting one-shotted by a Torbjorn or a Mei or a Hanzo, because they just
Hanzo.
shoot because they just shoot in a
Hanzo.
straight
Just
line
say,
and somehow
just
get a
say
headshot.
Hanzo.
I saw a
Just
video.
say
Hanzo.
I saw a video
Hanzo.
earlier.
Hanzo.
I saw this video a couple days ago of this Torbjorn that was playing
Or Sniper
Eichenwald.
Soldier. Sniper Soldier.
I was playing. There was this Torbjorn playing Eichenwald. They were literally shooting their primary fire on like this like 0.1 diameter angle. They got play of the game for sniping three random people with a headshot. They didn't even move.
W.
Um,
W Tor
They
Corgi.
didn't
gameplay.
even move.
W Tor
Corgi.
gameplay.
Corgi,
Killed
you're
Torbjorn player.
Corgi, you're forgetting their turret already does the play of the game for them sometimes.
It wasn't even with the turret. They didn't even have their turret set up. Their turret was non-existent. They were just standing in a peeking through a doorway, shooting their primary fire, and they clipped. They didn't even clip like a Tracer or Widow. They clipped a Sojourn, a Reaper, and a Mercy.
I have one question though about Widow. With what
What?
you guys said, and knowing that you said the one shot, so I'm assuming she still has a charge, did they at least do her like Ana where she doesn't have the ability to like get
She still
crits?
crits. She still crits.
Oh,
She's
that's
still crit.
ooh,
Yes.
that's horrible.
And that's why she
Yeah, the
feels so
critical
clunky.
deals the critical deals the damage in half the time. First of all, I don't like that they got rid of her recoil either, because I was playing Widow and I was like shooting, but there was no recoil, and so I would try, because normally when I play Widow, I shoot and I recenter my shot, but I shot, there's no recoil, so I'm just like moving my mouse for no reason, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
she's
that,
so
I didn't
clunky.
yeah I didn't play Widow, but I was questioning why Widow was just spamming her shots
So
every
Yeah.
single game I saw her.
You do know Widow doesn't have recoil in general, right?
He has a little bit.
No.
It's like enough to.
No.
It's enough to make you have to recenter your shot, at least for me.
No.
Corgi, I'm
maybe
sorry,
for-
but
Skeleton.
sorry, but Corgi, sorry, but the only character that officially has recoil, I'm pretty sure, is Soldier, technically.
I think Cassidy does a little bit too, but like,
A little bit. Widowmaker has a bit of recoil if you're shooting a charge shot.
but then
Or
it
not, like,
but then
no,
it
yeah.
recenters. It,
shot.
it
then it
recenters on
recenters.
itself.
It recenters, yeah. And I
You-
still take the need to like manually recenter my shot because it goes quicker.
I don't know. I've never had a
But
recoil
either way-
problem, so
Either way, Widow in the community crafted. Don't cook again.
Oh yeah, also
We
let's
don't-
just skip.
we don't
Let's just skip Ono, just Troy and Arcade, because no
I was gonna say
explanation
thank
needed.
you. I don't think. Honestly,
Yeah.
There's
can I
there's
just
no
do
explanation
the
needed.
same thing with Bab? Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Brig.
explanations needed.
Okay, Brig. I am a avid Brig main. Brig is my
Brig.
number one hero in the game right now, so I can confidently say this. Let people know when they are hit by Inspire. Oh
My God, yeah.
my god.
Yes. That,
I
Why has it
want
taken
that.
this long for anyone to put this change in the game?
It didn't
I
even
don't
take
understand.
the company noticing it. It
It
took a
took the
random Overwatch
community.
content creator to finally put that in the
Yes,
damn game.
It took a
the only
Overwatch content creator.
indication that you have in the normal
It took
game
SK,
is just a
SK.
radius.
SK.
You don't get any indicator if you're getting healed or not.
Yeah, like if there's a Brigida near me, I'm like, okay, hi, what are you doing? And then
Dude,
if I knew that I was getting healed by Inspire, maybe that I would like do more stuff.
Well, and it
Dude,
doesn't.
the only
okay,
way,
it
the
doesn't
only
make
way that I,
sense.
dude,
Ah!
wait, the only way that I know if I'm actually hitting people with Inspire is if I manually check the percentage for Inspire.
Well,
Like,
okay.
occasionally.
Also, Kit, are you okay? What was that sound?
Not
He was
only that.
passing out
Not
because
only that. Not only that. Lucio has a field around him that shows you if you're in the healing range. So Blizzard
Yes.
is fully capable of doing this. Fully
Yeah.
capable.
If you're not gonna
Yep.
give her a HUD icon, at least give her like a radius.
Yes, at least.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Wait, the funny thing
I think
is,
there's like
she has
isn't
the
there like a
radius. She has the radius in her ult.
Yes, she has.
Not in the normal thing.
Yeah, she has the radius in her ult as well.
yeah, she has the radius in her ult.
The only thing you get in the normal form is this tiny little puff that goes out of her. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Honestly,
that
yeah,
in
You
the
get
main
knocked
game.
in.
yeah.
Put it in the main game.
In the main
Yeah,
game.
yeah, definitely.
Moving on.
Yeah, in the
Now.
main game.
Iari, good in arcade. Move on.
What? Wait, question. What was the? Was it only change her pylons? That was the only thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know
that
if
was
she
the
had
only
anything
thing
else.
that changed. I don't really care for it.
No,
Just
actually,
move
let
on.
me check. Healing reduced from 30 per shot to 20%.
Was all that was
Anything.
changed.
Yeah, sure, move on.
Okay. Carrie. Basically, Carrie just had a glorified Tracer Blink now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, just good in arcade. Leave it
I'm
alone.
not gonna
Yeah.
lie. At first I loved it. I thought it was good, but I realized it's still her teleport, so it's still the same iffy piece of shit like the normal teleport.
Yeah.
I initially tried to use it. I don't know why, but I was trying to use it like the normal TP, which lets you go through walls and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It doesn't.
actually
It doesn't.
do that, so it's not
No.
even consistent.
I feel like
So-
it would be a lot better if they let, like, if you're not hooking on to somebody, just like let you teleport through walls.
Or better yet,
Yeah.
just leave it in arcade.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
leave it in arcade.
Okay.
Like,
Because
Weaver,
it's
the
also
only
a
real
problem if you're trying to get to a person or not get to a person too. Because sometimes you're trying to teleport to somebody
Yeah.
and it blinks
the
instead.
only for Lifeweaver, really the only Lifeweaver change that I would want in the game is the weapon swap speed and the damage increase.
Yeah, I was gonna put him at good with a little bit of adjustment. I think that is
Yeah.
very
I don't really care
necessary.
about the life grip change, and pedal platform doesn't really need 2 charges because
Wait,
it's pretty much useless anyway.
Yeah.
Give me a second, I want to see it. I'm just gonna read the changes for myself because I didn't know.
Now you have 2 useless pieces of shit just sitting there instead of 1.
So cooldown reduced for life grip and projectile increase.
Yep.
Also the pedals and weapon swap. Honestly, yeah, that's honestly I didn't notice any of those things besides the cooldown for the ability and 2 pedals. So or
Yeah.
wherever he is, good with some changes, whoever.
Lucio?
Lucio.
Yeah.
The main thing that I noticed was just his ultimate
He gets
change.
his ultimate.
But I know his Sonic Amplifier damage got buffed, which I think wasn't actually a bad thing.
Yeah, I would probably just put it in like fun, I guess.
Or like keep it in arcade.
Yeah.
Mercy, oh my god.
Mm.
Mercy, oh my god. Never cook again.
Never cook again.
Never cook again.
Dude.
Never cook again.
Never
Oh
cook
my God.
again, brother.
The
Yeah.
amount of times that I've seen a Mercy just throw pick because raw, and I coming from an avid Mercy player, like in the main game, it's so shit. And I hate the fact that when you die after you get rezzed by a Mercy, after your temporary 10-second of shit goes by, it counts towards your death.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it looks like you're performing worse than you actually are.
I have
Also, I have
yeah.
that sucks. Also, I have a
s-
question too. Actually, for her ultimate, I know it resets the cooldown, but does it reset the just once and that's it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, what was the other thing I was gonna ask?
I don't know.
I don't know, what was it?
Right, resets cooldown. Any other changes to her Valkyrie?
Not to Valkyrie, no. Dude, oh my god.
Bruh.
I had 2 separate
Wait,
games.
oh yeah, I remember the
Oh my
second
God.
one. Did they at least change it so that it's a normal res in the Valkyrie mode?
No.
Bruh.
Yeah, no, it was genuinely awful. And
He's just a
I
trophy.
I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 games where someone totally got like completely flamed, like blaming tank super hard. and I look over, and it was the Mercy had to have rezzed them like 4 or 5 times. It's like, dude, half their deaths were just because of a Mercy res at that point. You're getting
Yeah.
so really they went like 12 and 5, and it just looks like they went 12 and 10.
Oh yeah. Hey, also, I'd like to save us a bit of time here with Moira and Zen. Fun in
Never
arcade.
Either,
No,
yeah, I'm not even
no,
gonna lie, as an
no.
avid, I'm not even gonna lie, as a Moro main from day one,
Do
Yeah.
Never cook
not
again.
let her crit.
Do not let her crit.
Dude,
You half the time you can't even land it, and when you do land, but the other Moira does land it on you, and it feels like you're getting your soul sucked out of your body.
half the
Ugh.
time you can't land it. As a Moro player, I can land that shit easily, and even I can admit.
Yeah, and then
damage
next
it
thing you
does
know,
is
your
fucking
Moira does
ridiculous.
double the kills of both your DPS combined, and there's nothing you
Yeah,
can do.
no thanks. Bye bye. And for
also,
Zenyatta, I don't really care about his changes. You can. I feel like it would just be fun in arcade. He got basically like what he got for the April Fool's patch. He just
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah.
Wait, that was his only change, the flighting, or what?
Well, he
And
also
his
had
kick,
say
and
his
his
kick.
also his kick is changed.
Oh
It
yeah,
doesn't
the
knock back enemies.
kick. The
It's
kick
the environment. It knocks you back, which I kind of feel like it was just kind of like a throw change because Zenyatta's whole thing is like if you kick somebody, you knock them back. I don't think that needs to be changed at all.
The only thing that I saw people using his kick for is just to basically wall climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say another thing as Mara. I'm not gonna lie, the critical thing reminded me of Overwatch 1 Symmetra primary player, or the auto
Dear
charging
God.
one.
Dear God.
And
why-
with
yeah.
that, I think we're done. No, we're
Yeah.
not bringing that.
No.
I don't need to be
Imagine.
reminded.
Imagine if for the next April Fool's patch they bring that back, except her gun can still ramp up, so you get locked on by a level 3 Symmetra beam and you just die.
no!
You just
Oh
get
my
absolutely
God.
pranked.
Mirror Watch Symmetra gonna hit
Wait,
real
Corgi.
different.
Corgi, let me add on to that. Her turrets also do the same thing.
Ooh, imagine her turrets
Me when
ramped up.
I would sob. I would violently sob.
Bye 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 bye.
No,
The
never again.
ultimate tank buster. No, not even
Yep.
tank buster. That's more than a tank buster.
She's the
Tank
fucking everyone
bust.
buster. She
Yeah.
busts.
She's the bus.
Dear God.
She's busting.
All right, with that, I'm gonna stop recording this. Any last
Okay.
sentiment?
We've this is our list.
Good job.
You're
Good job. I'm so proud of you. You're a certified YouTuber now.
Fuck you if you don't have your opinion.
And also, your opinion is wrong. Love you.